I guess I have to be the one to tell you.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Kieran, and yes, today is the day I finally dive into not only the extended gameplay reveal trailer, but also the gameplay demo itself that actually followed that I didn't even know existed until today. Although the demo we did see, it wasn't quite like a cyberpunk 40-minute thing as I hoped for, but you know, it's still something, it's still cool. Before we dive right into this one though, I just want to say that this will mostly just be my thoughts and opinions on the gameplay in the trailer, and it won't be like a full-on breakdown of every shot and scene, which I will be doing that later on, probably next week at some point. So, you know, with that out of the way, let's dive straight into this thing, shall we? First thing, I'm so happy I do not need to keep using the Bloodlines 2 announcement trailer for my Bloodlines 2 videos over and over and over again, because, you know, now I actually have content to use as cutaways instead of just, you know, showing you the exact same shots in every bloody video that I do. Trust me, it annoys me so much, especially when I see people doing Starfield videos and using the exact same Starfield little teaser like over and over again. It really annoys me, so you know, I try to not do that. So yeah, during the PC Gamer show, Brian Mitsota and Karen Ellison took to the stage to show off the gameplay reveal trailer. Only problem was, it was so short. It was literally, the initial trailer that was first shown at the show was like, I want to say like a minute long, which left most of us like, was that it? But then, the boys over on the Discord messaged everyone saying, hey, I heard you want more, well here's an extended look, which gave us a good old 4-minute long trailer. The trailer begins with what I want to say was the mass embrace that we'll be seeing at the very start of the game, which, you know, if you don't know what that is, the mass embrace is the event that turns the protagonist into a Thin Blood, as well as a few others. The trailer is mainly voiced over by this reclusive vampire called Dale, who we did talk about ages ago in one of my earlier Bloodline 2 videos, who gives the player their first safe house, and, you know, teaches them the ropes of the vampire ways. For the first minute, we get multiple characters talking to us, which I assume is the Ventru and the Toreador's leaders, in what sounds like a Nosferatu. I don't know, he has that weird gravelly voice, so I think it is that. I'm not quite sure. What blows my mind though is these visuals. Look at these visuals. Look at the Seattle at night time. Just looks absolutely gorgeous. And I know this is pre-alpha, so I know it's going to be 10 times, or not 10 times, but you know, round about the same pretty level, I want to say, is the launch. But yeah, this lighting makes the city just boom. Here is an interesting shot that I found in the trailer, because it looks like the safe house that was described to us back in like my modding support video. The main highlight being the massive pinboard on the wall that was left to us by the last owner. We also get a nice wee look at the Malkavians here, who look very spooky indeed, especially later on when we see like this Malkavian cloned across the room and then start to float around. It's just madness, it's so weird. I love it. Another thing I want to point out here is when the player uses their vampire senses to pick up different blood flavours, which, if you haven't watched any of my earlier videos, is basically like a blood flavour is the type of emotion an NPC has which affects their blood, so when you drink them, you get like a certain type of emotion. So like if you drink someone who has the anger blood flavour, you will get like a melee boost, for example. Really neat to see this visually represented so you can see the blood run through their entire bodies. It's cool. In this trailer we do get an up close and personal look at the Brual leader, who I must admit looks the coolest out of all the characters that we see. Okay, so this part is really cool, but I have no idea if this is like a finishing move or just like some skill that you can use in a fight. It does just look like a fancy move you can pull off, but I'm not quite sure how you would, you know, do that. Maybe it's like the end of a melee combo, I don't really know, we'll need to see when we dive into the gameplay demo. The last shot I want to talk about here in the extended trailer is the one where the player is using glide to go from one rooftop to another. I bring this up because I remember saying that it would be cool if you can use this active to get to like secret areas and obtain hidden items. It also just looks really cool as well, and so that's why I really wanted to highlight it. It just looks like a fantastic ability to use. So I was going to take like a closer look at the rest of the extended trailer, but then when watching it again I realised it's basically the full gameplay that we're going to be literally diving into now, so, you know, may as well just take a look at that instead. The gameplay demo begins in, what do you know, the wee safe house I was telling you about earlier. Oh, and before we continue, I just want to say that this is all pre-alpha, and to be honest, it does really show, but it's here to give us like a general idea of what the final game is and what it'll be like, so I'll try and not bring up the issues, but if it's like glaringly obvious issues, I'm going to bring up. Anyway, in this safe house, we do get a text from a person called Penny, telling us that the faction leaders want to chat with us, and continues giving us the locations of where we can meet them. I don't know if this is just like a, you know, a setup quest just for demo purposes, because in other gameplay demos that I've seen with Bloodlines 2, everyone just kind of heads towards the club, so I'm guessing that's all you can really do in this demo. Penny also refers to us as boss, so I don't know if that's like if she works for us, or if that's just a nickname that she keeps giving us, like when people out and about always call me Big Chief, you know, it's like that. I don't like being called Big Chief, I'll be honest. But you know, it's kind of like that, you know, respect sort of nickname where it's like, alright boss, you know. Also, the UI in this game, guys, oh, it looks so good. It does. I don't know, I love the art style of this UI. Like, actives can now be equipped using a weapon wheels type structure, which just looks nice. It just looks so simple and nice. I love it. Continuing forward, we enter the Atrium, a club that we were invited to earlier. And yes, the ridiculous dancing makes a stunning return here. Like, look at those moves, man. Look at those moves. I love how he's like the craziest dancer on the floor, while everyone is just doing like the typical normie moves you would normally see in a club, and you just have this guy flailing around. We finally meet Elif, who I think is the leader of the Toreadors, or is just, you know, one of them. I think it's just like a representative. I don't think she's actually the leader. This wee meeting gives us a first look at the dialogue system in the game, which looks great. It doesn't simplify things like most RPGs are doing nowadays, and definitely resembles that of the older Bloodlines dialogue. But after, you know, jumping off the roof of a building without anyone noticing, we walk down the street and enter the underground. We get a look at the picklocking system as well, but you know, that just comprises of, you know, holding down the A button and waiting until it unlocks. You'll probably have to upgrade your security level in order to unlock these type of doors, much like in Bloodlines 1. I do like how it enters like third person with this sort of stuff, just to give us a look at our character, who is customizable by the way. Downstairs we meet this weird looking guy, which, oh my, he looks fantastic. Obviously, not, you know, not that he isn't physically fantastic, he's just in terms of game graphics he is. Physically, he's no a pretty boy. You can actually run up walls as well, which would make life so much easier. I don't know if that's just like an in general vampire skill, or is something we need to upgrade and we'll just eventually get. We don't really know. So here in the underground, which does remind me of a little section in the announcement trailer where we're like chasing people down, and in this location we do chase down another thin blood called Slug, using more parkour and grabbing things like pipes off the walls to use as a weapon. Thought it was absolutely brilliant when you get to do like this infamous second sun move and then go through the walls using the vents. Now I wanted to bring this up, but when we do interact with this character, we do get plentiful of dialogue options here. Options that require things like negotiation, coursing, and humanity. It's also here where we fight a lady with a male voice, which, you know, okay, that's just another hiccup in the pre-alpha demo. It's fine, guys, don't worry about it. Then after that, they show off some of the combat mechanics, which, if I'm honest, it definitely seems pre-alpha. Animations just seem off, and hit detection is sometimes like non-existent. But like I said before, this is an early pre-alpha demo. We have another year to go until this game comes out, so there's plenty of time for improvement. But man, like for an E3 demo, this does not come off well. Also, like before, I was right, the finishing move animations are a result of a melee combo. Honestly, I do want to examine more of the combat, but I don't know, it just doesn't really seem reliable information to go off right now, because it does seem really buggy, so I might just hold off until like another demo comes out. Actives and combos definitely seem cool though, and the shotgun just looks devastating. It just looks so good. At the end of the demo, when we, you know, eventually catch up with Slug, we can either use our humanity to get information out of him and then let him go, you know, keep up your humanity, or you can straight up chop off his head. Which you can guess what choice the player went for in this demo. To be fair, if I was streaming this game, I would have probably done the same thing. I don't know, I always just get evil when streaming games like this. Overall, this reveal is what I hope for, and even said in the last Bloodlines 2 video, which is to give me a gameplay reveal trailer and a look at a quest, which is exactly what they did here. despite, you know, some technical flaws. That's fine, it's okay, it happens. The game itself does look fun, and it does just look like all that we imagined it to be, you know? It is the Bloodlines sequel that we dreamed of. I know this demo was, you know, played very weirdly, but that's because the devs are playing it, and also they had like a controller with like negative sensitivity, which seemed weird. And also there was a bunch of bugs in there as well. I hope we'd get a decent gameplay demo after E3 when the things are a bit more polished up. We actually get an official like demo that's released on the Paradox channel. I'd much rather see that than, you know, continue watching this sort of stuff, because this sort of stuff just kind of seems like buggy. So that was the Bloodlines 2 gameplay reveal. What do you think of it? Because I'm very curious what the Bloodlines fans are thinking of the overall gameplay, so definitely let me know down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Special thanks to my brilliant new patrons, Devil, Proxy1 and TJ Mosa, for your continued support over on my Patreon. I really appreciate you guys, thank you so much. Anyway guys, yes, that was the Bloodlines 2 video. Thank you all for coming along, thank you all for watching. I'm definitely going to be covering Bloodlines 2 throughout the year, but I think that's going to be it for like the news. I think we're not really going to get much Bloodlines 2 information throughout the year. I think the next time we're going to see it is at PDXCon, and then maybe at Gamescom as well, but like after that it's kind of going to be a dry spell for Bloodlines 2 information. So I hope you all enjoyed my coverage, I hope you all enjoyed these videos, because I absolutely love doing them. So that was me guys, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I shall see you later. Bye bye.